Mate is a good old boy with a big kind heart and the only tow truck in Radiator Springs. He runs the towing and salvage and manages the local impound lot. Though a little rusty, he has the quickest tow rope in Carburetor County and is always the first to lend a helping hand. Mate sees the bright side of any situation. He's the heart and soul of Radiator Springs, and he doesn't have a mean bolt in his chassis.
Giuseppe may have La Dolce Vita now, but back in the late 1960s, he had a major spill on the Curva Parabolica at Monza during a big race. Thankfully for us, his previous accident couldn't steer him away from the motorsports world entirely, and he never lost his passion for winning. Signor Motorossi quit racing and has now partnered with fellow Italian and Formula race champion Francesco Bernoulli. He is confident that they'll sweep the series at the WGP, and if there's one car who knows Francesco better than he knows himself, it's Giuseppe.
You'd think being born and raised in tropical Brazil would make Cruz the most laid-back crew chief of the WGP. Not true. Although air-cooled, that hasn't stopped Cruz from being one intense little beetle. He's been known to put 100 kilometers on his odometer in one race just by pacing back and forth while he barks instructions in the pits. On the other hand, his driver, Carla Veloso, is pretty used to it, and she always responds with a level head. Cruz may be aggressive, but his technical knowledge of racing makes him the best chief Brazil's ever known. Pro caramba.
Austin Littleton may weigh a lot less than a ton, but boy, he packs a punch. Coming from a long line of miniature champions, he is used to be one of England's premier rally racers. Austin's power-to-weight ratio fooled many competitors into underestimating him, leading to a string of British championships and a long-term role as a crew chief. His reputation for racing success was the key in Nigel Jersley's request to be coached by Austin at the World Grand Prix. With Austin's underdog nature and Nigel's renowned skill on the track, this pair is hard to beat.
Otter dabbled in sports car racing early in his career, as many WTCL races come from his family, but he found his true calling as a team crew chief. His technical prowess, eye for meticulous detail, and laser-like focus led Max Schnell to partner Hebon early in his racing career. The winning pair has racked up a number of Talk League Cups around Europe, and they're now poised to take their rightful place in the World Grand Prix.
Petro is an unassuming little coupe, but don't let the mild appearance fool you. He's a Corsa for a reason. Racing is in his oil lines, and he knows how to analyze racing circuits to find the quickest path to victory. From the moment he saw his longtime racer Miguel Camino take the checkered flag at Circuit de Catalunya, Petro knew that they had a shot at taking the World Grand Prix by storm.
Don't let his tough guy name fool you. Bruno is really a softie. He plays the accordion, likes romantic drives along the Seine, and his favorite movie is The Engine of Dr. Moody Howe. But just because he's cultured doesn't mean he can't race. He comes from a long line of French rally racers, and his hydraulic suspension has helped him rise above many difficult situations, both on and off the track. This ability to handle all terrains in any situation led him to Raoul Cerul, and the pair is rallying for victory at the World Grand Prix.
Much used to be one of the world's most successful production sports car racers, he found winning success on the sands of Baja, in European rallies, and in sports car club races around Japan. When Much got the offer to be a Le Motor crew chief, he realized it was time to start training and shaping Shu Todoroki into a World Grand Prix champion.
Cruz is among the world's most demanding crew chiefs. He's notorious around the racing world for his intense, revved-up training sessions. Cruz is incredibly strict on his current racing champion, Lewis Hamilton, keeping him on the daily regimen of 100 hot laps and 2 hours of kick and work each morning.
He expects Hamilton to maintain the same technical discipline, whether he's casually driving around town or going all out in competition. With focused training like this, it's no wonder that Boxman and Lewis are a highly favoured team to win at the World Grand Prix.
I don't have anything to say.